Okay, hello everyone. Today is September 14th, which is a Saturday, about 8:52. Today I wanted to give you guys an update on FTT or fast track trading, how I have been doing. I want to talk about my first PO from a prop firm. I added 2 accounts. I'll show you guys those. And if you haven't tried, or if you have never gotten a PO, you may want to give this a try. I'll talk about that a little bit, and then I'm gonna talk about what has changed. How did I make the breakthrough? All right, let's get started. So, if you guys remember, I started trading FTT on August 28th. This is the account. Let me show you the history. So here is the historical data. All right, and the first day was I'm not sure why this doesn't show it. It only goes back to the 9th. Okay, how do you show this? There you go. So I started on trading on the 27th. Yeah, 27th, and then on 29th, I had a big loss day, and then from there on, I've been doing all right. Okay, so as I said, I like this firm because they give you end of day in a day calculation. So if you dip during the day, they don't trail against that unless you hit the hard limit, which is 5% of your total account from the 0 point. So my account is 150. The hard limit is 42,500. 142,500. Okay, so that's about it. As long as you don't break that hard limit throughout the day, they'll let it go. As long as you make it back to 0 by the end of the day, that's pretty good. All right. Okay, so let me talk about the my first PO. All right. So I submitted my first PO request on September 9th, and at the time the account was right about 11,000, 10,000. So I have made some gains since then. If you are eligible, the status will show that you are eligible. If you're not eligible, then this will be in red, and it will give you a little question mark as to why. Sometimes it's the number of days that you haven't traded. So a minimum of five trading days, but I don't think most people would make it to the 5 days, simply because the consistency rule that's going to throw you off balance. So for the 10-day, I think that most players, if they start winning from day one, they can actually make it to PO within 10 days. I did it, and I know that other people can do it as well. It's not easy, but it's not impossible. All right, so let me show you that if you want to get paid, then all these numbers to the far right, these numbers have to be below 20. Otherwise, you'll be out of consistency and you won't get paid. your request will be denied. All right, so I got my first PO. That's my first ever from a prop firm. That's exciting. Okay, so I tried Apex, I tried Bullinex or Bullinox. I tried my funded MFF. I forgot the full name, but I don't even care anymore because I failed 6 evals on their platform. I failed about 15 evals on Apex, and I failed about 6 evals on Bullinox. I passed 1 on Friday. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna pay, depending on what price I have to pay. If it's $150 for a PA, which is only $50K, with $2,500 threshold, I may not pay it simply because I believe that the money invested in that firm is not well invested. I'd rather save the money and then put it into fast track trading. So that's my thought right now, because if I add another 150, I could get a 7,500 threshold when they have this the sale. So the 150 accounts, it was going for the $599 with 49% off. I got it for $305, and so I want to say that if I were to get the option to do it, I'll just not pay that BN account and add the 150 and get this higher threshold. I like this platform better anyway. So that's my thought. Now, how many of you out there will say, you know, screw the PA, even though I passed it? I think in this instance, I'm gonna say I'm gonna screw that PA. All right, so let's talk about the two accounts I added. All right, so the day that I requested my first PO, I added 2 more accounts, and these 2 accounts, they were painful, and they started trading about 4 days ago. I'm gonna go ahead and show their status right here. So it will show you that it's not eligible for a PO. The balance right now, or the P&L is 7K so far in 4 days. That's not bad. So I have not lost a single day. It's been extremely good for me. No warning. Okay, and the P&L is above the 20%. So I'm not getting paid. Okay, I'm not getting paid on the 5th day. There's no way in hell that I'm gonna take this to 10,000 by Monday. So I won't make it the 5-day pay period, but I think that it's only applicable to the first account anyway. So I plan to get this to PO by the 10th day, and that's by the end of next week. So that's the plan anyway for these 2 accounts. And since I copy trade them, I haven't checked, but I think the amount is about the same. So 72.31. Let's see the other account. This one is a little bit higher, so it's 72.68, but it's the same status, not eligible. Okay. So as you can see, this one is exactly the same, right? The consistency rule is that it's still above 20, so I'm not getting paid on the 5th day. But at this point, I really don't mind. Okay, I like this firm. I'm just gonna take it to 10 day and start getting a payout. I lost too much money trading these prop firms anyway, so this is the first time, and it's exciting. All right, so I wanted to recommend that if you guys have never gotten a PO like me, then you want to give FTT a try. Okay, I want to give you guys the recommendation or the tools for you to succeed, because all the other firms have all these stupid rules about DCA, about max daily loss, and all of those are designed so that you blow up in the end. Okay, FTT is designed for you to truly make it if you actually have the skill sets. It's not everyone's gonna make it. That's for sure. But if you have what it takes and if you have the consistency in taking profits, then FTT is going to allow you to take it all the way to PO. All right, so I really want to recommend FTT for anyone who's gotten stuck and want to get unstuck in these prop firms. I think it will change. It will change your life, and it will change the outcome of your prop firm experience. I would recommend that you do the higher accounts. And why do I recommend this? Let me show you a math calculation that I did. So if you look at this chart, all right, if you look at this chart, the going price right now without any kind of discount, it is going about 179, 449, 599, 799. All right, so at the discounted price, if you are able to get it, but it had expired, so you will not be able to get it. I got it here at the 305. The change from going from different levels is that going from the first to the second, the increase is 270, or about 150% increase. Going from the second level to the third, it's 150 increase, and percentage-wise is 30%. And from going from the 150K to 300K, it's also a 30% increase. But the threshold, look at the threshold, right? So the 179 or 25K gives you only 1250 threshold, meaning that if you break that threshold, your account is considered blown, and it gets you will be denied access after that. The 50,000 gives you 2,500. It's double, but the price is not double. The price is more than double, and so I think this is not a good deal. Going to the 150K, the threshold is 7,500. I call it threshold, but it's considered also the cushion level. So it's at 7,500. It's actually pretty good, right? The price, your threshold increased by a factor of 2, and the price doesn't even double. In fact, it's only 150. So I would definitely, if you are able to afford the 50,000, I would just go ahead and do the 150,000, eat up that 150, and just do it. Going to the 300,000 gives you 15K. I love this ratio. The threshold per dollar that you get, it's 18. It's the highest. The only problem I have with that is that the threshold to actually get to PO, it's 15,000. So if you are a good trader, it may take you probably 2 weeks. I don't think that with only 15,000, you're going to risk a lot more than what you would make in return. So my feeling is it's going to take more than 2 weeks to get the PO. I think the other accounts within that 10-day, you'll definitely get your PO if you are consistent. Okay, so but if you have the money, and in terms of, if you love what I love, and that is the cushion level, I would go for the $7.99, but that's a little expensive. So I would, if I have the money, let's say that I have 1,600. Do I want to get 3 accounts of the 150, or do I want to get 2 accounts of the 300,000? I think I would choose the 150. Why? Because I want to get to the PO, and if I have money later, if I actually win, then I'll come back and invest it in the higher tier. But that is just me thinking out loud. All right. So here's the simple math. What you want to do is to focus on the higher threshold and the higher threshold or cushion per dollar you spent. I would definitely recommend the 150 or the 300. If you absolutely must do the other two, I still recommend the 25,000, because that has a better ratio anyway. So anyone looking at this, I don't understand why would anybody go and do the 50,000 with the lowest cushion per dollar spent. Okay, so if you're gonna get FTT, that's my recommendation. All right, so let me see, what else do I need to cover on this update? All right. So I promised to tell you what has changed. Well, I think that the game changer, it's not me, but I think it's really the platform. Okay, so a couple things that is good about this platform. All right, so this platform has a very simple and very light, but when I say light, I mean system resources. Okay, so when you run it, it doesn't bog down your PC, and if you want to buy and sell, I use only the mouse function. I don't use the hotkeys, because I haven't tested and I don't trust it. I think I might just end up placing orders that I don't want to when I am chatting, because I'm very chatty, and so I use the mouse. And if you want to buy, you click on the limit, you click on the mouse buy, and then you come down here and you left click. If you want to sell, you right click. Okay, so it's that simple. The function that I like the most on this platform is the flatten function. It's grayed out because trading is disabled right now. And it's market is not open, so let me unlock it and see if I have those show up. Okay, yeah, they do show up. All right, so there's a flatten function here, and the close reverse. I haven't used any of these. I only use the flatten and close. All right, so the flatten will actually close positions that you have open, all positions, and it will cancel all pending orders. Okay, close, be very careful with just close. Only close those position, all pending orders, including those TP that you drag. If you unless you actually configure OCO on it, they actually stay open. So I don't use the close position. The only time I do that is that when I know I wanna keep all those pending orders, and I just want to close the existing positions because I want to do some profit taking, and then I'll go back and remove the TP, because sometimes time is that critical, right? You want to close the position first before you do anything else, and so I use the close position sometimes, but be very careful when you do. All right, so all these other functions I don't use. I also use the copy tray function. I just configure it. I'll show you guys very quick. So you go into the copy trader CTR and you bring this up. In fact, that is working. So let me stop that. All right, so the way you configure, you select it and you select who's the masters and who's the child, or the parent and the child, and then you just save and you're done. you run it, and then when you trade, just make sure that you trade using the primary account, and then everything else will follow through. And if they don't follow through, then you stop it and you go back and fix it. So this is not my platform. I only use it as I see fit. If you have questions, don't call me. Call their support line. Okay. So but it's very nice. I mean, the UI is good. The application is light on system resources, and I really like the platform. But the most important thing I like about this platform is that it's the end of day drawdown evaluation, right? And they don't trail you, and if you close position, it doesn't lower your trail level or anything. If you can, you may have a couple losing trade, but you don't sweat about it because you don't think about it. You say, well, they don't look it until end of day, so I'm just gonna sit here and just make sure I get back above zero when I started today. Okay, so that way you don't have the pressure, a constant pressure of the daily trail is going to hit and you're going to be stopped, or they're going to prevent you from trading for that day. There's no maximum daily loss, so it's really good. The other thing I like about this platform is that you can have as many DCA or dollar cost averaging as you like. The way I like to trade is that I see a level like these, right? So I would say, okay, here is a low, so I'm going to take a buy here, and then I would put another buy down here, and I would put another buy down here, and I put another buy down here, simply because for every level I want to just put a buy there, because if it doesn't stop at one, if it doesn't reverse in one level, it's going to reverse the next. And so my thought is that for prop firms like Apex, they don't allow you to do dollar DCA or dollar cost averaging. I think that is designed also to mess you up mentally, because all traders, we understand that these are different levels, and if it doesn't stop one level, it's going to stop the next level. It doesn't reverse in one level, it's going to reverse the next level. And the question is, how big are those levels? Sometimes you're wrong, sometimes you're right. The levels are respected, but depending on the momentum that comes into the picture at that time. And so if you have a negative news, certain levels not going to hold. And so, yeah, those levels, sometimes they're just going to flush right through, and sometimes they're going to pop right through. And so the way that Apex has it is that you can only have one extra entry after your first entry. To me, that is BS. That is designed to make sure that you are mentally crippled. Okay, so those of you who do well in Apex, at nothing against you, I just think that all traders, we see the chart differently. We see turning points at different space in time, and we should trade how we want to trade, not by some stupid rules that they put in place. And that's why I cancel all my Apex accounts. It's I think it's not where my money is going to be spent. Okay, so what changed? The platform, the firm, and just the ability to do DCA. Simply because if you take this position up here, you lose. You take this position here, you lose, and then you take this position here. And where does your break-even point? If it comes all the way down, it's right about here. And basically that's going to come back to the break point where it started falling, and you're going to be okay. But if Apex doesn't allow it, no. Don't put your money there. Just take your money and run somewhere else. Maybe run to FTT. All right, so that's the one thing that I definitely say probably had the biggest impact. The other change has to do with my understanding of the charting. Okay, so recently I created a custom pivot count. So these pivot information, it has where the value is, how many bars it took, the height of that move, the volume difference that was netted during that move, and the average bars and the average height. These are average over the last 6 swing. And so with this information, I use it to determine whether I expect another swing to be completed. Okay, so that's pretty much it. That's the information I have out of this. Is that from here, I'll just take the average value and I say, okay, so in terms of time and price, has it moved far enough to the right that it has consumed, or has it exceeded the average bars required to complete a swing? If so, then I expect a swing to be completed and a new swing to take place. In terms of price, sometimes I say that if the price has moved so far, then I also compare that to how much time it has spent moving. And so it gives me a little bit of information about that. Now, what the heck are these horizontal lines? These are the standard concept of SMC. Some of these lines are fair value gaps. Some of these are order blocks. Some of these are yeah, that's it. I think those are order blocks and fair value gaps. Nothing else. All right. So, yeah, recently I added those, and that'll give me a sense of where I am, where everyone else is looking at, right? Because all the people who trade SMC gonna be looking at those, so I should be too. The other thing I added recently are these market structure concept, such as change of character or break of structure. That's about it. Okay, but all of these gives me the confidence to just go in and say, you know what, I'm going to take that trade because all the SMCs are trading that spot. Okay, whether it holds or not, it's unknown. We don't know, depending on the news, depending on the momentum that comes to it. It's where price is, but it also has to do with how it arrived at the price. And so I added these to the chart, and I just go. I mean, just start clicking. Okay. So I hope that helps. If you guys are having or struggling to get through to PO, the first thing is get out of all the other perm or stop doing whatever the heck you are doing. Try FTT. And if you're going to try FTT, try the larger cushion account, at least the 150 account. And just take your time. They don't put a time limit. It's not an evaluation. Just take your time. Okay, that's the other thing, is that you are not pressured into getting in certain amount, in certain time, or the whole thing gets reset. Okay, there is no time limit, and you go at your own pace. So that's one thing. The other thing is that start deleting all other indicators and just use what the majority use, so that you go in the direction of the majority, I guess. I guess as retail traders, we are always against the non-majority, right? But I think that most of the retail traders are either using SMC or ICT. And so if you guys really want to make a change, then start following some of those more successful people. And I'm sure you're going to get to PO within a month or two if you just switch over, forget that evaluation process, just pay for the PA and take it slow. All right, guys, I think that's a lot for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and be sure to check the link below. I'm going to link the FTT website below, so if you want to, you can give it a try. All right, it could change your prop firm experience completely. Okay, have a good day.